Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes have rescued Zabianna in their quest for international justice. Quinny finished off the werewolf but was bitten by it during the fight. Gartok teamed up with Zabianna to slay the Black Lagoon monster and the Chupacabra. And Butthole ensured that Marlock the Mothman and Friend the Flesh Golem survived unharmed. But what will happen now they've discovered Reish Grey is dead? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Reish Grey is dead, you have been told, having freed the information broker Zabianna from the clutches of Rafe Stone, famous monster hunter, and murdered the murderous monsters in his collection and befriended the friendly monsters in his collection through a variety of diplomacy and Butthole learning to speak Frankenstein. You are in the Cloakwoods south of Baldur's Gate, having arrived here in search of Reish Grey, only to discover now out of the mouths of vampire children that Dompier children that Reish Grey is in fact dead. After she says that, though, Zabianna crosses her arms petulantly and says, "But that's all you're getting until we get to Baldur's Gate. You can ask me other things, but I'm an information broker, not some kind of free knowledge person."
Okay. Do you breathe?
Yes, I get the worst of the vampire and the worst of the human. So yes, sort of. Yes, I breathe. Why?
You were going to go into a bag of holding if you didn't.
Yeah, I can't put you
How
in a bag
long
of
can I breathe in there for?
10 minutes.
Is it? Oh, no, I'll just maybe not die, but be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's why when you breathed, I was like, oh, we're not going to put you in the bag to get you through. That's fine. We'll just go to town. Okay, before we head out from here, we got a couple of quick things we got to get sorted out. Do you want to do looting first or sorting out ally stuff first?
I would love to do some looting.
Great. Why don't you go take a look at the gun home? Just you and Dark Shadow Smoke. See what's going on in there. See what you can find.
Yeah. Someone should also, it can be us, it can be one of you, should check out Rafe
I'll go
down
check
there.
out Corpse the Clown. I got this.
Okay.
You want to come with me, Gartok? Just
Sure, why not?
Just pick some pockets. All right, this will be fun. All right, just a
And
second,
I
everybody.
imagine
We're
an
going to be
hour
right back.
has passed now since we first
Yeah,
started
you'd be
moving
back
through
in
the
the
woods.
chair,
All right,
yeah.
all right. So I'm back in my chair.
I was like, no, I need tongues. I was like, different hour. Got it.
Yes, different hour, different hour.
All right, let's see what this dead guy has.
Okay, so he's got the rifle.
Great. Tommy bag that.
Yep. Do you want the stats?
It's for Declan, so I won't use it. So as long as we've got it for future use, then we can pull those.
Yep. He also has a sword cane, which he couldn't reach because he was blind and in close combat. If anyone wants that, it's 1d6 bludgeoning as a wooden cane or 1d6 slashing as a short sword.
I'll take that. That feels like a good Annan gift for walking around the castle in case shit goes down.
Oh, that's nice.
I've seen her like pull so many random daggers or stuff out of pockets that I'm like, this seems easier, and it's a good affectation for people to think she's not quite as sharp as she is. Does this guy have any money, though? Because like we keep thinking we're going to have pocket money, and then I live in a castle for a bit
have
and I
had
forget.
no money for so long.
Yeah, let's see if there's something money or at least something we could pawn off.
Yeah, this guy definitely would be carrying money.
I mean, at least the 50 silver pieces.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we're
50
going
silver
to
back?
Goblin Jr., you get your money back. Take
Snap,
that back. Give it to
snap.
Goblin Jr. Hey, these torches aren't going anywhere. These torches are...
And friend is like, ooh.
Yeah, don't worry. They're nowhere near you, buddy. You're doing great. But no. We're gonna send you someplace. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna make sure that you're taken care of. We're gonna do the same thing for you, Marlock, the Mothman.
Thank you.
No problem. But we're just gonna check pockets and see if there's any money in here. So, does he have money? Does he have anything we could sell? Does he have any
He
jewelry?
does. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
More health potions, maybe.
I'd love some pocket change, just to like get something if I'm on my own and thirsty in Baldur's Gate.
9.
9
I rolled a 9.
on a D100.
I rolled a 00 and then a 9.
Oh, Ryan. Okay.
I get 9 pieces of jewelry worth 1,000 gold each.
No, I was going to give you plus 50 on whatever you rolls. You get 59 gold.
Okay.
Plus your 50 silver back. That said, he does have a variety of rings and like the glasses and other things. You can probably... Zabianna eyes them up. It's like, I'd say 30.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Could I just get honestly 5 gold or something? Again, it's been so long since I've had money.
Oh yeah, we'll divvy all this stuff up once Quinny gets back from what's in there.
Goodness,
Well, yeah,
super.
we got a thing where like everybody shares and then we math it out, which is good. So okay, so we got some gold, we got some jewelry.
You also find 2 of his special brew healing potions.
We got 2 special brew healing potions.
So bonus action to like they're topical, so you got to apply them. So you can pour them on your head, you can pour them on your arms, whatever. And it's 2d8 health.
2 times hunter healing potion. Cool. All right, we got those. That's cool.
Yeah, that's it for.
That's about it. All right, let's just see what Quinny comes back with.
So Quinny, what are you looking for in the like? This is his little like roving house. He clearly lives somewhere, but inside there's a lot of like brochures for all those bounties you pick up in Witcher and things where you just like stick it to the town board. So there's a bunch of those hanging up of various different monsters, different leads, a lot of maps. Is there anything in particular you're looking for in here?
Yeah, this seems like a teachable moment. So Quinny's here with Ginny, and he'll say, "All right, Dark Smoke. Things you want to look for. We're in the middle of a job here, so we're not done, right? So you're going to want to look for things to help us stay alive or help us kill our enemies, but at the same time, a bit of loot, a little bit of walking around money. Have a look for that kind of stuff, and be mindful of traps."
Well, I mean, traps are kind of my thing, so I get that. Can we take that big gun? Can we just like? Is Butthole big enough to carry it and like? Bah, 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 bah.
He's not a big gun kind of guy, but go ahead and ask him.
And then she almost says Uncle Butthole. Let's see if she does. She goes, Uncle is something people say when they give up, and that's what that wolf son of a bitch should have done. Unrelated person, Butthole. Do you think you can wield this? And she like kind of clambers up on top of the thing, and it is like welded on. She's like, "Can you? Like if we rip this big gun off, do you think you could like carry it around and like turn the crank?"
Does it shoot hammers?
No.
And it's probably not the right thing for me.
Okay.
But we could send it back to the castle.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll. And she like leans down and says, and just like takes a second to be like, Quinny.
Yeah.
If what do we do? Strip this thing off, and then do we just like drag it over to the portal? Do we put it in Uncle Butthole's tummy bag? What do
we can't open the portal from this side.
Ah, shit. Okay. Maybe we just leave it here then and come back for it?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Let's just take this stupid map. She tears a map off the wall. It's Baldur's Gate. That's where we're going, so that'll be useful.
Okay, well, mark on that map where this is.
Takes us back out. Goes, just the Cloakwoods. She just circles it and is like, it's not a map of the Cloakwoods. It's just a map of the city.
Do what you can with what you got.
Yeah, all right.
Let's see what else is in here.
All right, roll me an investigation, please.
That's a total of 14.
14.
Whoa.
Okay, so there's not much. It does seem like he's got a base somewhere, probably not necessarily in Baldur's Gate, but he lives somewhere that isn't here, and as a result, like the cart is well appointed for camping, but not, and he's clearly on his way back, right? Like he's got all the monsters. That said, that tome looks important to you, so even though it's outside, so I think you grab that. And with that and your potion knowledge, I'll say you're able to grab, you open up a rack of vials and you see that he's clearly got some like fantasy pregnancy tests to basically figure out like, is this bite infected? So you're able to pour one on your arm.
Am I pregnant with lycanthropy?
You are not. It did not take.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, check it out. Like, just out the window of the cart. To Juniper or to Gartok, like, hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Not a werewolf, just a thumb like gesturing back into the cart.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
Thanks. What else we got here? There's anything else for like?
Go ahead and roll me a.
Do they have any of those werewolf ones to go? Because if we got to fight more wolves,
that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking.
Good
yeah,
work.
you can take. He has D4. So there are 2 more. You can also have 4 for vampirism.
Whoa.
And 1 for creature of the black lagoonism.
Okay. 4 for vampirism?
Yep.
Okay. Wait, if a werewolf bite turns you into a werewolf, and then dump here bites turn you into...
They don't turn you... No.
They don't turn you into anything?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, you guys did me a solid, so I guess I can just give this one to you for free. My dad was kind of an idiot and thought that he could make a deal with a vampire to gain vampire powers. He had this whole plan. He was trying to become one of the kingpins in Baldur's Gate, and he even had a name for himself. He was going to call himself. His name was Ruckus. He was going to call himself Count Rucula. And the vampire took all of his gold and magic items and shit.
Was that Astarian? I heard that guy's doing a lot of crafty stuff.
You know, we haven't seen him in a bit. He's around, but no, I think Astarian, from what I understand, is too self-absorbed to get tied up in making deals with people.
Fair enough.
I haven't seen that guy in a while, though. I wonder what happened to him.
Very attractive, from what I've heard.
He is super attractive, but also kind of messy. I think that's a lot.
Yeah.
In any case, my idiot father, Count Rucula, got his ass killed, and I managed to get out, but not before getting nicked by an actual vampire. I did actually talk to Astarian about this once, and he was very dismissive because he's like, "You're not even a full vampire. Why are you so concerned?" And I was like, "Get fucked, man."
Yeah, that's weird coming from him.
Anyway, so
he was not a full vampire for a lot of his life too.
yeah, I know, but anyway, vampire's gonna vampire, Dampier gonna eat shit, I guess. So no, I've got a lot of the, I hunger, so I got that going for me. I got like the speed and the like sunlight doesn't burn me, but it doesn't feel great. I just get a little bit of everything. I got like the sampler plate of vampire powers, and I'm stuck looking like a child.
Yeah, but we don't need to worry about like burning the bodies of people you've bitten or stuff like that. That's just I wanted to check.
I'm just hungry, man. That's just me.
Okay.
Like if I had a fancy straw, I could just use that instead, I guess. But no, I just need to feed sometimes. I try not to, but sometimes,
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's wait for Quinny. Turns back to just sit down and stare.
Yep.
I'll at the cart.
Oh, I think even stare at Gartok. You were like looking at me, so I'm like, stare at Gartok. I'm like, Gartok will stare back.
It's good to see you, Gartok. I meant to look at the cart, but then your eyes were just so warm and inviting.
I'm just looking forward to some petty cash.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Quinny, can you roll me a D12?
5.
You find 10 gold coins.
Cool. Just add that to the meager amount of gold I have over here.
Fuck you.
You're all having these gold conversations when I'm not around. 2 times in a row now. It's been when Quinny's not able to hear you.
Judy just kind of turns. She's like, so, like quietly, obviously, because you guys are inside the car. She's like, so how come you never tried to make a deal with the Vampire Lord, Dad?
I made a deal with a demon, and it fucking sucked.
Oh, that's true.
Daughter.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that cuts closer to home than I meant. I'm sorry. It's pretty funny, though. Man. That guy sounds like he sucks.
He did.
Yeah.
He's dead now. I made a deal with his mom instead. Bog Witch. It also has its drawbacks.
I sometimes forget how much life you've led. And
it's not all thiefy glory kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't seen dime one from that thiefy shit either.
Okay,
anyway.
Fine. We'll rob the thiefies again sometime. when I'm Prinks and or Dark... Was it Dark Night
Shadow Smoke?
Dark Shadow Smoke. We can go rob them for you, and you can take it as your payment or whatever. Anyway, let's just keep robbing this weird cart.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, hang on. What the fuck is this? And she holds up a small carved ram. It's like, what? Oh, this thing feels weird. Why is this here? He doesn't have any like trinkets or anything. Why would he have this?
I don't know. Let me see it.
Toss it to you.
Kind of rolling it around in my hand. Can I tell if it has any special qualities?
You want to roll me an Arcana check?
Sure. Super good. I've got 2 inspirations. I'll spend one here because I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Higher than a 2. That's a 5. Plus my Arcana for a total of 6.
I mean, I don't know. It's made of stone or something.
Just looks like it's a little stone trinket. I don't know. Why did it catch your eye?
Well, I mean, this guy's obviously kind of a fancy asshole, and he's got like cool robes and stuff, and everything else in here feels pretty functional. Like, he's out there witching and doing his business, and that's fine. But like, why does he have this random card? Like, it's not in his pocket, so it's not of huge like sentimental value. I don't think it's just kind of like it was in a drawer over here. So it's clearly not that important to him from like a sentimental perspective. But he doesn't have like, I don't know. Sometimes people put like stealable shit on their like mantles and stuff. And there's no stealable shit like that in here. So I just don't know why is a random. Just feels out of place. I don't know. I thought that's kind of what we're supposed to be looking for.
I think that's a great call. I think it's probably has something to do with the fact that there is a harness for some kind of beast of burden out in front of this cart, and that beast is nowhere to be seen, and maybe this is it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's
Cool.
my guess, because I rolled dog shit Arcana, but that's just context clues. I'm saying maybe that's a magic.
I mean, that's better than my version. I thought maybe he used our big friend to pull it, and that seemed really shitty. So I kind of hope it is
horrifying. But
yeah, but I mean, kind of on brand for this asshole, right?
I feel like he wouldn't be able to take his cart anywhere civilization is because he's afraid of torches.
Okay, so cool. So we got a random ram thing, maybe.
If we figure out how it works, or maybe it's honestly just a decoration.
Can you call your bog witch?
Yeah, I don't want to have to rely on that. She really keeps score.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It's not. Do not call her.
I can't.
Good.
Yet.
No, don't. I heard that.
Look, you can't. Okay, all right. I'm just saying that princes have to make calls sometimes. And
sure, fine. I'm telling you, you're good enough as you are. You do not need extra planar help.
I mean, okay. Can you roll me in like
looking at
check?
it, like just eyeballing this teenager?
Tom gave such like a sly side glance. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
All right, that beats mine. Yeah, she's 100% thinking about it.
I can't stop her from thinking about
You
it.
can't. You just know. You just know what that side glance means.
Level of finger. I'm like, I know you're thinking about it. Stop it.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize you had detect thoughts, but no ability to check Arcana rams.
Take your little goat. Get out of here.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Quinny. So she takes the goat. She's, not any butthole. Butthole. I found a weird goat.
Oh, okay. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's this stone ram thing, and I'm pretty sure shoots a side glance at Quinny.
He's fine with that. He doesn't
I'm
care.
pretty sure that it's what was pulling this cart.
Oh, okay. How do you think it works?
Like father, like daughter. It's a 3. Like, well, it's magic, I think, maybe. So
okay.
I don't really know or understand, but I think it's pretty cool. Maybe we can take it back and like ask someone magical about it. Or
Yeah, you
if
could.
you know,
but let me take a look. Sometimes I just get like a vibe off of stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I got to do some praying," and he smells it, and he like licks it a little bit, and he like shakes it next to his ear to listen.
And Zabianna just comes up to you, Gartok, and says, "I'm a little concerned about everything that's happening right now. Are you sure we can trust these guys?"
Absolutely. They're the most trustworthy people I've ever met.
Yeah, but are they competent?
With an insight, that's a 29.
I mean, they do things in surprising ways. We all do, but it always gets the job done.
Okay.
Have you seen this ram thing in action?
I've been under a velvet curtain since I was picked up by this piece of shit. She kicks the body. And as she does that, the Butthole, you can feel the power of a transmogrified creature in this.
Oh, yeah, there's a goat or something in here for sure. And then all you have to do is treat it like a good creature. We're like, you're doing a great job. And he just pets it like you would a magic lamp.
I need a con save.
That is a
You can add 3.
23.
23. Great. As you do that, the ram materializes, just like explodes out of the stone and just hits you with the strength of that jackass slapping hand, and you just go flying backward into a tree. Your armor protects you.
Hey, that's a goat.
But it is a giant fucking ram. It is like kind of your size if you leaned over to like walk around. So it's a big fucking ethereal goat with vaguely. There's a bit of vapors and sort of mist coming off of it as it stands there, and it just starts like it looks around and it just kind of like shuffles over to the harness, and then it kind of looks at all of you.
Hey, can you speak? Can you speak like common?
And it like looks at you and just quirks its head.
Cast speak with animals. It makes sounds of a ram.
And a chorus of voices answers you. You realize that this thing is clearly kind of a being of magic more so than it is an animal. So it's trying to communicate with you, but like there's no language. It's just like magic. It's less an entity and more kind of a bound spirit.
All right, so if we strap
Like sentient or more like energy?
More like energy, like a familiar you could summon that disappears. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. This isn't like an this isn't like an animal, dude. It's like
It's magic?
Like, yeah,
It's a magic goat?
It's like magical ram.
Okay, well, I'm thinking if we hook that up to the cart and we like repaint the sides, we could see how this thing moves because he got it into the woods somehow, and there's a lot of trees. And then,
maybe it flies.
That's very possible. So we gotta ask our other two friends who might not necessarily want to go into Baldur's Gate, but they might. Friend and Marlock Weaver.
Yes.
We got some options. Either if you just want to go, you're like good to go. We're not trapping you here. Or if you want to hang out in the woods, there's a Raven Gate that way, like a couple miles. You can find it's like a big spooky gate. We'll be able to open that up in a couple of days after our mission is done, and you could be welcome at our country. Like if you want to come, that's super cool. Or we got to go to Baldur's Gate to sort out some stuff. You'd be welcome to join us for that too. We could set up the cart. We could all hang out. It's like a fun house. We'd have a Gatling gun. We could give you some clothes. Obviously, if you want to wear anything that Rafe is wearing, he got mostly hit with a hammer, which means the damage is what we call internal.
Zabianna kicks the body again.
Exactly. You could have those clothes. I've also got some long underwear and a cape that I could lend you if somebody just wants to put something on because I'm a pretty big guy. So, like, what do you guys want to do next?
And Marlock kind of steeples his fingers and plays with his mandibles a little bit and says,
Yeah, I admit I'm a little nervous about going into a town, but if your country that you mentioned is anything like you, then perhaps that would be a nice place for a Mothman. Tell me, is there interest in a mysterious creature flitting about the night there?
Oh, there is interest in so much right now. We're really building it from the ground up. We don't have any myths yet. We don't have any like famous mystical creatures. Like there's a bunch of stuff there.
So there are no other moth people there? I would be the Mothman of your home. What is your home?
You are 100% correct. It is Asgard.
I would be the Mothman of Asgard.
I can't understand this still, right?
No, you can't.
No, okay.
You were getting my half of the conversation,
Yeah.
which you do understand. Everyone mystically understands what I'm saying, no matter the language. Yep. Yeah, you would be the Mothman of Asgard.
I would like that very much.
Can you please tell him that we have a bard who likes to sing songs about like things going on in Asgard?
Okay, so there's a bard we likes to sing songs about things that are going on in Asgard, and her name is Lexi.
She would be very excited to write a song.
Very excited to write a song
his deeds.
Oh, about your
and
deeds.
Spread them throughout the land.
Them throughout the land.
His wings flutter like accidentally, like he's not in control of them. They bring him up off the ground. He does a little heel click.
I would like that very much.
Okay.
It seemed to have gone over well.
It went over very well.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was positive.
Okay, he turns and like doesn't really know how to give you thumbs ups. Instead, he just like gives you jazz fingers.
So
Gartok gives them back in the exact same way.
Yeah, this person gets it.
So if you want to wait by the gate, that's cool. If you don't want to go to town,
I'll lurk in the trees.
Also, I'm going to give you a letter, and Butthole takes out his scroll and tears off a piece and writes a letter from himself, clearly to Anne or whoever, if the Mothman wants to show up at the castle. Also, just saying that this guy is under the protection of a member of the Lord's Alliance. So if something happens to Marlock on the road. There's like Marlock the Mothman is under the protection of the Lord's Alliance. Yeah, 100%. He has the Lord's Alliance protection.
Incredible.
So
just imagine Sildar having to show up and be like, You harmed the Mothman. Just like Aragorn charging across the plains.
I'm picturing way more like the Mothman in the drunk tank, and like Sildar showing up to be like, "Who does the Lord's Alliance need to free?" And it's like, "I am Marlock the Mothman." And all Sildar's here goes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Apologies, I like mead.
There's a letter from the newest member of the Lord's Alliance like a day later.
Hey, yeah, I know we just joined. Can you bail a cryptid out of prison?
And you're going to need to give him a house. If you want to wait by the gate, that's cool. Otherwise, and he'd take out and draw like Butthole's smart enough about geography to be able to draw an approximate map of like the Sword Coast, where things
Honestly,
are in the
Ginny's
east.
got a bunch of maps now, so she can just hand you those, and you can.
Great. We'll just give him a map. So if he wants to fly to Asgard, he can fly to Asgard. If he wants to wait by the gate, we can check the gate.
Oh no, he's gonna get hunted so fast.
I'll wait here.
Great. Okay, so he's coming through the
Cryptid's good
grate.
in woods, good when we have the lay of the land and can make plans, bad if we're out in the open.
Okay, you hide. Do you want
Thanks.
any clothes? Do you want like a cool coat or something?
That might fuck up my wings, but maybe for hiding, yes.
Do you want like pants? We could give you like an ascot.
Are you offering the monsters clothes?
Yes.
There's red velvet right over there, enough to cover a whole cage.
We're not putting them in a cage.
No. Fabric, Butthole.
Oh,
red
yeah.
velvet.
Do you want to sew it?
No, I don't, but you've got a whole bunch of fabric that I would say is large creature
I
sized.
am good at sewing.
Well, red would be very easy to spot, but I will take the long underwear. Sometimes the nights get chilly on my extremities.
Okay, perfect. I'll put this in the bedroll for you because he's got a glamping tent with like a whole apartment in it. So he's like, you can have my bedroll. And then he gives him a bedroll so you can just make a little kind of backpack out of it that hangs vertically so it won't affect
Right.
wings.
Yeah, and he like pulls the long underwear on. And he looks a little bit like he's wearing like coveralls.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just got like the strips down the front, and then just like it's not jeans though; it's just long underwear. So it's probably like it's not bright red because that would defeat what we just said. So probably that whitish gray just blends right in. He's like,
This is perfect.
Just undyed wool, probably.
Yeah.
Great. Do you want a mess kit? I could offer you a torch or a whistle. What's
friend
making
is
you
just
right
like,
now?
No, I'm fine. We moth people are good in the woods. I just a place to grow my legend is all I want, and to not be hunted by monster hunters or other heroes looking to stake a claim. It's really a delicate balance, you see. I have to make the myth of the Mothman rise, but then also not get murdered as a result of it.
Okay, so what we could do is give you a room in the palace so you have a safe place to stay during the day, and then you can fly around and
No,
like hang
hell
up the city
yeah.
and spread your myth at night. But we get to have kind of a night watch of this Mothman and knows everything that's going on in the city.
Yes, also my magnetic fields mess with a lot of your immortal gear, so if anyone is walking around with too much metal, I can go,
and he like you feel all the metal on you tremble again. He says,
yeah,
Whoa.
I'll fuck him up real good.
Whoa, is he mad?
Mortal gear.
turns and sir, turns
only
and
you could
gives you
hear
the
it.
fingers again, Gartok.
he was
He
saying-
hears the panic in your voice.
Oh.
He needs a place to stay, and he wants to spread
Yeah.
his myth. So I was saying he could stay at Asgard. We could give him a room in the castle. And he could fly around. He'd know what's going on. He was also saying that he can magically affect metal. So I'm thinking we put him near
Oh,
the
and that
gate.
was just an example?
Oh, he was just showing
okay,
off.
fingers up.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so we got Mothman sorted. Friend, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay in the woods with Marlock, the Mothman, or do you want to put on Rafe Stone's clothes, and I'll give you a cape, and then we can all just go hang out in the city, and you could go home with us?
And he considers this, and he
To be
said-
clear, I don't need you to do any fighting. I want you to stay safe. I'm just offering you like company, or you can hang out with Marlock. He's cool too.
and he scratches his head, and the skin moves around a bit, so he stops and he says,
Oh.
"Friend, not like city mobs, torches, pitchforks, much misguided rage, but friend do like wear asshole clothes." Become better version of asshole. In town, maybe. Friend help friend? And brother?
Is that in common or in?
No, he's never. He's not that articulate in
then-
common yet.
He doesn't like torches or pitchforks or mobs because he's had a bad time, but he does like the idea of putting on Rafe Stone's outfit and becoming a better version of Rafe Stone and going to the city to help us.
Quinny's still sticking his head out the carriage. So what is he saying? He's going to become a monster hunter?
I I'm going to say, based on the conversations we've had, we would paint over most of the letters on Hunter and change it into Monster Helper. And then he can help us or anybody else he wants. Yeah, he likes that. We're going to do that.
Okay.
All right. Dark Shadow Smoke, if you can figure out if there's some paint in there that we can make the helper.
Yeah, I can try and make... can I have some of those potions?
What, these? These are tests for bites.
Okay, fine. I'll see
We're
what
gonna
else.
need these.
Okay.
It seems like the guy who probably writes a lot of invoices. If you can find some ink, we can make that work.
Yeah. I found the ink drawers. Wow, I was going to take these as health potions. Yeah, okay, great. And she just starts throwing, splashing ink on the side of the thing.
All right, so we get friend dressed. Mothman staying here, our wonderful friend. Zabianna, we can all just climb into the cart. We got the monster helpers. This is going to be a pretty good... Oh, my... I haven't created a new IP in a while, and the Monster Helpers is pretty solid, so this feels like it's going to be a good, strong choice with our magical ram. Quinny, we did find a little bit of money, because we don't have any.
You guys don't have any money?
No, we're completely tapped.
You want some of my money?
How much? You have money?
Yeah.
How much money do you have?
I got like almost 2,500 gold.
Could I please have just a little bit of it? Honestly, sometimes I just want like an ice cream, just something simple.
Gartok has been very financially motivated.
It's been so long.
Yeah, I don't care. 500. How's that sound?
Whoa!
Or less. Sorry.
Zabianna says, hey, if you're just giving out money, I could also use a bunch of gold, particularly for the information I'm going to render to you.
Well, no, we're getting you into Baldur's Gate. We'll talk about that later. But here's the deal. Everything Rafe ever owned, that guy treated you like crap. Friend is taking the clothes. Mothman's going to get citizenship. Everybody will. You can have all the gold that was on him, like 59 gold and the gems, and be like, this feels like justice.
89 gold. Wonderful. Yeah, that's fine for him and for the pain and suffering I had at his hand. Boots the corpse again.
Yeah.
And Friend's like, ooh, because now she's dirtying up his clothes. And she says, but I will require payment for my services. I'm an information
what's your rate,
broker.
Zabianna, information broker?
Before we even dive into this, you said you would give us the information if we got you back into Baldur's Gate into your lair. That was a deal
I said
that
I would
you
give
made.
You some information, yes. You get some information. I'll tell you asked if I could fill you in on the lay of the land. I said, yes, I would. I'll tell you about Baldur's Gate.
No, we asked you about the wolves, and we asked you about Reish Grey.
Well, that's what I mean, the Duskill wolves. So that's the one you get for free. You get the wolves for free. You got to pay for Reish Grey. I'm sticking my neck out on that one.
And buy for free, you mean a guarded escort through the sunlit forests to your base.
Correct. And
Free.
I can save you having to get your ass kicked by a bunch of kingpins in a complex underworld situation that my guess is you assholes have no clue about.
I know a little bit about a little bit, but what is your rate?
I'm going to take 1,000 gold for Reish Grey. I don't want that blowing back on me. There's pretty big forces at work there.
You're what? You're worried about exposure?
Yeah.
You want to live in a kingdom where you're protected?
There is no kingdom that's currently protected from...
Sorry, I was just trying to set you up for saying what
Set who up?
kingdom was.
Regardless,
anyone.
am not going to give you... Can you roll me a persuasion? Or a deception, actually, I think, Quinny.
Deception? Am I lying about something?
No, I think you're trying to... This is the Aladdin get the genie to get you out of the Cave of Wonders trick, which is... You're basically, well, what are you so scared of? And what she's so scared of is part of the information she wants to charge you
yeah,
for.
okay. No,
So-
I was trying to get that out of her, yes. So is that deception then that you would like? Or okay, so with a deception, that's an 18.
Got a nat 20. So she's like, hang on a second. No, I've seen the stage play Aladdin. I'm not falling for this shit.
No, I haven't. What happens in Aladdin?
Exactly what you're trying to do to me right now.
What am I trying to
I'll
do?
tell you what you want to know.
He's trying to make himself into a prince because you owe him 3 wishes?
Honestly, not far off. Yeah, look, 1,000 gold I'll tell you about Reish Grey, but there isn't a place in the world that's safe from that situation right now. So...
What do you say, King? I can foot the bill on that if it doesn't feel good to dip into the coffers on this.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. That's fine, but like 1,000 gold isn't going to make you that much safer. If you're really dealing with like a global spanning conflict, you need allies. You don't need that amount of gold. That amount of gold's like, hey, you can stay in a hotel for a couple of months. If you want to have a vacation and then get murdered, that's valid. But
I'll tell you what, you're not entirely wrong. And though I am stuck in this, and she just like, just with the utmost contempt, holds out her like little girl arms. It's like, I am somewhat attached to this weird little life I'm living. So, okay, I tell you what, you get me into the town safely, prove that you're capable beyond Chupacabra murder, and Yeah.
Would you say being a Dompier is a curse? Like in a magical sense?
No, it's just kind of who I am now. You can't undo it, or you undo me, which sucks. So don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, it's mostly just an unfortunate situation of being stuck eternally like this. And she does like the little fingers in the cheeks thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you prove you're good enough to get me into town. You're right, but if I give you this information for free, like you got to go all the way with this. So prove that you're capable of getting us there, and then if you can remove the threat, you get the information for free.
That makes sense to me.
Because you're right. This guy's reign needs to end, and you might be the crew to do it. So
This guy's reign.
yeah,
Okay. I won't push. I know you're going to hang on to that info.
All right, so
Come on inside. We'll see if we can get this thing rigged up to take us through the woods.
All right, if you can give Gartok 500 gold, I'll take 500 gold just so we all got a little bribing the town money.
Thank you.
Ginny just holds out a hand.
Dark Shadow Smoke, that's up to you to negotiate whether or not Quinny gives you money.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't know you, but come in here for a negotiation quietly.
Yep, I understand. As a new thief, I have to earn my way, earn my own legend.
Sure.
She comes inside. She's like, "Okay, so like, do I get an allowance?"
Yeah,
or
here,
something?
up to 100.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's great. I promise I'll only spend it on thieving stuff.
Okay. You don't have to do that, but okay.
Well, I assume in my royal guise, I'll just get what I want, whatever. So,
I don't know about all that.
fuck yeah, I know it's not going to open up the purse strings. All right, great, thanks, Dan. I'll spend it wisely, I guess. Comes back out. I have struck a deal with the thief known as Quinny.
Great. Can you repaint the signs now?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
All right, let's get these signs ready.
It's just Tom Sawyer painting a fucking fence.
Sounds like we had a plan the whole way around. This is good. All right, Zabianna, you're our expert. Obviously, like, we're here. We're ready to go through the gate. We're geared up. Is there anything we need to be aware of? We haven't been to Baldur's Gate before. We've been to Raven Gates, but we haven't been to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, well, okay, those are different things. So,
Yep.
What you need to know is we'll be approaching from the south. Obviously, there's the Kionthar River between us and Baldur's Gate. So we'll need to go across Worm's Crossing. We'll be entering through Rivington, the part of the outer city. It's important that you know that Baldur's Gate was built very specifically by very wealthy people, the kind of people that my father, the Count, aspired to be, hence why he changed his first name to Count.
Yep, Count Ruculus.
Yes, yeah. So Rucula wanted to be part of the upper city where the patriarch live. The wealthy folks of Baldur's Gate have mansions up there. There's a tremendous amount of delicious information about that particular area. They live up there, fairly secure, big wall, and their own watch. Beneath them is the lower city. This is the bulk of Baldur's Gate that most people are more familiar with, the more exciting, more murdery parts, but also the more adventurous parts where people can get a new start. That's where my offices are.
Okay.
And finally, there's the outer city, which kind of is the various refuse that washes up against the walls of Baldur's Gate that cannot, in fact, get through the gates, and as a result, just makes the best they can do on the outside.
So we got to go from Rivington to the outer city to the lower city,
Rivington
and that's where you want to
is
be.
part of the outer city, yes.
Okay, got it.
So we'll enter through Rivington, a small village that sort of forms the mouth of Worm's Crossing. Now, there is one catch to the crossing that we'll need to be particularly careful about. The Flaming Fist is the war group that patrols Baldur's Gate. They're almost synonymous with Baldur's Gate. In fact, one of the dukes commands them. So we'll need to be very careful as we go across the bridge. If we're bringing with us, just kind of gestures at French, like this, then they are going to be on high alert. Also, Dompier aren't their favorite. Baldur's Gate is honestly pretty permissive of things, but there's been a number of issues with ball spawn over the years. So anything that has, and she kind of like points to her like vaguely pointed ears and reddish eyes, she's like, this countenance tends to raise some unpleasant eyebrows. So
Can you put some makeup on and pretend to be Butthole's kid?
And just like looks at Butthole, considers and says, he does have those adorable dimples. I suppose we could pass as kin.
Fabulous. So here's what I'm thinking. We put Quinny and Gartok up front. Quinny does the talking because Quinny's a very good talker in any sort of deceptive circumstance. We stay inside the cart. You, me, friend, dark shadow smoke, and we basically just, if stuff goes bad, we're a family. When we come outside, friend is my husband. I'll do the talking for friend because obviously that's going to make things easier. You're my daughter, and then dark shadow smoke is. I don't have an explanation for that one. Quinny, what do we do for dark shadow smoke?
Dark shadow smoke. If Zabianna is going to be your daughter, let's make dark shadow smoke my daughter.
Okay, that's great because then
sound?
we've got like a good. People are there with families. Quinny's a good talker, so we can just drive on through.
And
Who
she
am I?
does what Zabianna does. She looks Quinny up and down, and she's like, well, he does have that cutting jawline. So yeah, I suppose we look enough alike.
Well, Gartok, if you want to be somebody's family, why don't you be married to Quinny?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Whatever you want. If you want a different persona out for that, I don't care. I'm also good with just Gartok being my partner.
We even have a family dog.
Yeah,
Says
that's true.
Zabianna pointing at Goblin Jr.
That's true. So we'll have a family
you're
in the
on the
back of the
trolley.
cart. And
Are goblins welcome in Baldur's Gate?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is welcome in Baldur's Gate. They just get very twitchy about supernaturally inclined folks. It's not that they won't let me through as a Dompier. It's
So I
that
shouldn't be Dr. Martha.
who or what is Dr.
She's a
Martha?
drow.
Drow are fine.
Oh, wow.
yeah, you just
Baldur's Gate is great.
Yeah.
you can't be anything
So
that Rafe
accepting.
Stone would consider a monster.
Correct.
Oh.
Baldur's Gate is an incredibly permissive place, assuming you're not in the upper city. It's a place where people go for new beginnings. It's part of the reason I was able to continue to live and thrive there as an information broker. It's why our mutual acquaintance Asterion is able to just exist there the way he chooses to. Vampires aren't hunted in Baldur's Gate. We're just under slightly more scrutiny because of, again, the ball spawn.
Because of people who carry forward these terrible stereotypes
Well,
about
also,
vampires.
admittedly, the Dark God Ball did have prodigious children who often try and take over Baldur's Gate.
Because
so,
most vampires may in fact be evil, but that does not mean all
he's a
vampires
demon. It's a
are
different
evil.
situation. But you're right. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. All that to say, we just don't want to fall too heavily under the scrutiny of the Flaming Fist. I've spent a lot of money staying off their radar, and it's important that we all do, because even though it's a permissive place, they are judge, jury, and executioner. If they decide that we are a threat, they will come down on you real bad.
All right,
Okay.
so what's the story? According to the outside of this wagon now, I'm Rafe Stone, monster helper.
Why are you looking at me? I asked for your help.
Yeah, you're a good storyteller. Here's
All
the
right,
deal.
yeah,
because here's the deal. If people open this up, back here we do have my daughter, the Dompier, and we have my husband, the Frankenstein. Yeah. So we're monsters who can help people with odd jobs and other things. This is the employees.
All right. Yep. I can make that work.
We can make it Rafe Stone. He takes the ink out. Stones, apostrophe S, monster helpers. He uses Z's both times to make it more branding.
Gene's like, that's actually pretty cool now.
Okay. Got it.
Great. Okay, so Quinny will do the lying, and he's got the money up front. The rest of us just ride around and try to look cool. Let's figure out how this ram works.
Yeah, if you're sitting up front with me, Gartok, how do you
Yep.
like driving carts?
I mean, it's a magical ram, so I don't think it's going to be too hard.
All right, then let's put the harness on it and assume it drives itself.
All right, everybody get on, because we don't want it to start driving when we're not in the cart. So everybody gets in.
Friend lumbers over to the cages and just like pulls the big pin out to release the other sort of like three cages.
Oh, nice work, friend.
Takes the velvet thing and looks at it and just rubs it against his face and goes and just like stuffs it in one of the coat that was like a full trench coat on Rafe Stone and is really like a 3/4 coat on
sure.
Friend. And he picks up the glasses and sticks them like across his forehead because they're not big enough. So kind of has a cool eye patch situation going on, and he nods, and Zabianna's like, I'll get the value out of those later. Then he walks over to the Mothman, who's just kind of sitting at the edge of things, going, "Seems to be a fun adventure. I wish you the best of luck."
Right back at you, Marlock. You're a cool guy.
Your tongue begins to wear off, and you realize you lose it.
Come back.
He gives you the magic fingers.
Gartok's giving fingers
Yep.
back.
And friend just picks him up in a big hug, and you hear him go, "Nyeh." And friend just gives him a big hug and goes, and just like tries to do the Mothman talk. Jesus. And Marlock, you're getting a sense of what Marlock's equivalent of a smile is, and you see he has on. He gives the little fingers to friend, who puts him down, and then friend comes stumbling over, and then has a thought, and he takes a finger and drags it through the ink, and then he draws a wedding ring on one finger, and then holds his finger up to you, Butthole.
Oh, that's a good point. What do I have in here? Yeah, let's just do it with the ink. We get some consistency across that. Butthole holds out his hand.
Draws one on you.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, he says in common.
Quinny, should we do something to signify our partnership in an official capacity?
Yeah, you got a ring?
No.
I do. Do you want the ring, or should I have it?
Well,
You used it before. It's the ring of invisibility. It just doesn't work anymore.
oh, but don't we both need to have a ring?
I've only got one, unless you want some other token to say like, "Hey, we're hitched."
What have I got? What have I got? What have I got?
What have I got?
Oh, just a second. I hadn't handed this over yet. We're going to give this back to you, Zabianna. The dead guy had rings. Which one do you want?
I'll keep the ring of invisibility then. You take your pick, Gartok.
Cool. Whatever one fits me. Let me try them on.
What does the ring look like?
It can be worth no more than probably like 6 gold.
6 gold. Then it's it's probably like it's like a really thin like chrome.
Okay, yeah. Great.
that's like kind of bends kind of easily. I kind of have to just keep like
you bend
reforming it. Yeah. Just dense content.
Technically the one that fits.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you bend your ring. You all kind of like mount up into the carts, and Zabianna says, "Okay, dads and other family friends, let's go on our fun family road trip to Baldur's Gate."
To Baldur's Gate!
Yeah.
And the ram just like stomps one hoof, stomps another hoof, stomps another hoof, stomps another hoof, and then in a chorus of voices says, "Baldur's Gate!" And just fucking takes off, crashing through the trees, with all of you holding on for dear life within the cart after it.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kaikoa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam,
and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.